Alright guys, welcome to Baja Books.
Hey.
We're back. I'm your host,
And we back.
Killer
and
Toast.
We back. And we back. And we back. And we back.
So we back in the mind, got our pick and
swing from.
Whoa.
What?
Well, this is a PG-13.
Wait, hold on a minute. Did I just say what I thought I just said?
Yo,
Did I just say that out loud?
did I just say that out loud? This is gonna hurt. I'm chewing on some
awkward.
cinnamon twist.
Well,
That was a really Marvel-ass opening. Speaking of Marvel, did any of you watch Fantastic Four?
no. Did you?
I didn't either. I just heard it was really bad.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that it was good. I just didn't want to watch it.
Did either of you watch, what was the one that came out right before it?
Superman?
Oh, and
Oh,
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. I heard Thunderbolts was good.
I watched Thunderbolts and
Yeah.
it was good. It wasn't amazing though.
Did you guys watch the new Superman though?
I haven't seen
Yeah.
it yet. Thomas wants me to.
New Superman
It's actually a
movie
pretty good
was-
movie.
I enjoyed it.
Every time I've seen Thomas since it came out, he just goes, I'm a punk rocker, yes I am. I'm like, bro, calm down.
bro. I mean, I don't know if you would like it, but you definitely like it more than most other superhero stuff being put out.
It's pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I mean, out of like the Marvel movies and stuff and like DC movies that I've seen, James Gunn typically, like, I like the Guardians movies. They're pretty good.
Yeah, those
And,
are
like,
definitely.
The Suicide Squad movie they did was also pretty good. And I really like Peacemaker. Peacemaker
Yeah.
is awesome.
Love Peacemaker.
John Cena, my goat. That's a really funny TV show.
Well, then you'd probably like the new Superman. It's
Okay.
a really just a really fun movie. Honestly, I'd say it's a feel good movie.
Okay. I mean, I kind of expected it based off the trailers and like James Gunn, just
Yeah.
like it being about Superman and them going for the more like Silver Age Superman, like
Yeah.
feel good vibe.
Honestly, from the way people were like throwing like a shitstorm about it being political on the internet, I thought it was gonna be like some super political piece about like illegal immigration and stuff.
No,
But it really wasn't.
it's pretty toned down as far as
It's
politics goes.
yeah, like it has like a whole war genocide thing that's kind of similar to what's going on with Israel and Gaza.
Yeah.
That's really it. And also that plot point appeared before Israel was even a country. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, it also isn't really like a one-to-one necessarily. Like in this one, it is like everyone agrees that the bad guy is in fact the bad guy. Like
yeah,
like there's no like kind of like he's
mean-
comically evil.
I just keep getting that clip of like him walking through Superman's palace with the drones like exploding in his face and stuff, and he's not flinching. It's like just Sigma edits with that.
Yeah.
he is very Sigma, the new Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also feels like I don't know, not like a sexual tension, but like
What? Wait, what?
it's like I don't know, like Lex Luthor like really like hates him to the point where it's like a little bit sus, where it's like you got something you want to talk about, man?
I
Like
don't know. I think that
No?
might just be
That
how
might
he
just
is.
be you.
I mean, that's how supervillains used to be. They just had massive hate boners.
yeah.
Yeah, we can't even be a old school villain in this day and age. You get judged and called gay.
Hey, I didn't say it was a
That's
bad.
all everything is now. Everything's just gay. Where's my straight rights, bro? Where's my
Exactly.
representation?
Yeah.
It's funny because the domestic split for like Superman is actually insane. Like I was looking at the box office trajectory for it, and pretty much nobody outside the U.S. cares about the movie. Pretty much, like I think 80% of the like box office is just coming from the U.S.
And that's crazy
Which
too.
is
'Cause
insane.
It's like breaking records too, though, right?
It's doing pretty well.
Or at the very least, it's doing like really good. Like it's definitely
yeah.
made its money back.
It's on track to do more right now than Man of Steel, which is like that's kind of the bar they're going for. Honestly, at this point, DC should be happy they're getting anything above like 400 million because like they kind of trashed
Yeah,
the
the last
brand.
DC movie I watched was The Flash, and it was not a good movie.
No,
It is very bad.
I rewatched some of the. I was watching like Corridor Crew. I don't know if either of you know who that is.
Yeah.
No.
Familiar.
they were like doing a CGI critique of the Flash movie, and the scenes, like, it just looks so bad. Like, it's so just awful, straight up, like, and it's one of the most like expensive CG productions ever too.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because it actually looks like some like kids Blender tutorial thing on YouTube.
Yeah. I do really like the memes that were happening around the time though, where it was just
Him putting the baby in the microwave and stuff. Yeah.
Him taking the baby out of someone's hands and putting it in a microwave.
They had some pretty funny stuff from that.
Yeah.
I think the last DC movie I watched was probably like that came out because I think I rewatched Suicide Squad recently. It was probably
I still need to watch the James Gunn one.
James Gunn's Suicide Squad is really good.
It's pretty funny.
Like James Gunn just keeps making really good superhero movies.
Yeah. Even the ones of his that I'm like kind of iffy on. Like I wasn't a super big fan of like the third Guardians of the Galaxy compared to the first two, but
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think at that point I was like the first the first two came out at the time where I could appreciate them more.
Yeah.
By the third one came around, I was still like, oh, it's a good movie, but I'm not really like big on superhero movies at this point.
I don't think it's a worse movie. I think that I was just at that point also kind of tired of superhero movies.
Yeah. I'm surprised that movie did as well as it did, honestly.
I think my only problem with the third one is that it more so has a lot of elements from the MCU buildup. Like, there's a bunch of, like, characters and stuff that I did not see expanded on. Like, that whole, like, spaceship planet thing that they're on. I did not know anything about that, while the first two were pretty standalone.
Yeah. I mean, that's the problem with, like, the entire MCU from, like, Spider-Man Homecoming onwards, is it's just so much stuff you have to keep track of for no reason. And absolutely no plan or build up for like the future of the MCU. They were just freeballing all of it. And then Jonathan Majors, the guy who played Kang, got like a domestic abuse charge or whatever.
No,
and
they had to change the entire.
It was something worse than that. I don't remember what it was.
He had like multiple domestic abuse.
Yeah, domestic abuse was definitely one of the things.
Yeah, I know, but that wasn't like the main one. It was something really bad. I don't remember what it was.
Still, I remember like they just dropped everything at that point because they were like,
they had to completely change what movies they were making. Like now, it's not even Kang Dynasty that they're making, it's the Doomsday.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I would just keep doing the Kang Dynasty like they were.
I would just recast the actor.
Just replace the actor.
Like
not that.
They did that all the time in like the first MCU eras. Like there was several people who got.
First Iron Man has a different guy from
the War Machine.
Yeah, it's got a different guy for War Machine in the first movie than the rest of them because the guy wanted more money than they wanted to give him.
Like, they could have just recast him instead of...
No, just recast him. It's not like he's, like, a specifically unique...
And you could use the same excuse of why they're bringing Robert Downey Jr. back. Like, different dimension.
Yeah.
Like that
there's
also...
millions of the Kangs in the Quantumania or whatever. I didn't watch it, but...
Yeah.
I've seen the memes.
Yeah. It would have been really easy to just replace him with a different guy and then just keep doing what you were doing, but I guess not.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that with how, like, the stuff Marvel's been releasing lately is going, like, Thunderbolts did not break even, and Fantastic Four is doing even worse than Thunderbolts. So, hopefully, with a bunch of their movies flopping, they'll realize, like, I mean, I guess people think Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four are better movies than a lot of their previous ones, which
I mean,
they are.
They're on an upswing from what it seems.
I don't know. Fantastic Four was like the only one I was kind of looking forward to.
It definitely feels like from the reviews and what people have said that they're on an upswing, and while the box office is going down. So hopefully that prompts them to like actually start putting more time and effort into it.
Because I also felt like really like. That's really like the last big Marvel property I feel that they could really rely on to make money. Because I don't know what else they really have. Because they've used up most of their other characters.
Yeah, that's part of the problem is they've used up a lot of characters and then just like done nothing with them. Like Shang-Chi made like almost $500 million in the middle of the pandemic. It's been 6 years or whatever since that came out.
Yeah.
Why haven't they done a second movie?
Yeah, because I did like Shang-Chi.
Winter Soldier, like, they did basically nothing with him for, like, half a decade.
No, you don't understand. They made him into a politician.
Oh yeah. You need to do better, Senator.
Yeah, he's a senator now.
Wait, When the fuck did
Bucky,
Captain America: Brave New World come out? Was that last year?
That was like last year, but he wasn't in it.
No, I know, but that just reminded me because like
No, Bucky was in it. He was just a senator, and he didn't fight.
Yeah, he didn't really like do anything.
I just forgot that movie existed. Because I remember that meme where it's like an entire theater caved in at that showing, but no one was hurt because nobody saw it.
Yeah, because nobody was there.
Yeah, I went and saw it just because I wanted to see a movie, and it was the only thing that looked interesting at the time. And I was literally the only person in the theater.
It came out in February?
Dang.
Yeah, that's
Jesus Christ.
I will say I feel like that movie also didn't do well at the box office. So it was that movie, Thunderbolts, and now Fantastic Four all doing like progressively worse. I will say I feel like that movie would have done better if they hadn't plastered Red Hulk across all the marketing. Yeah. Because the movie kind of like it sets Red Hulk up as a twist partway through, and then you're supposed to be like, oh, really? Red Hulk. Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah, like it doesn't just come out with Red Hulk. Like it's kind of built up to. Like you don't know that it's going to happen if you haven't seen all the promotional material.
But all the marketing has Red Hulk on it, so it's like
I thought that was the movie. It was like, oh, it's Red Hulk.
I mean, it is.
Yeah,
it's up to like the last.
Yeah, but
it felt like they were going for a more old school like. Oh, here's the spoiler that you're gonna tell your friends like, oh, I'm not gonna tell you. You have to go see it, but they just tell you in the marketing, so it's like. Yeah. Okay, what's the point?
I hate it when movies do that, where it's like it's got a cool kind of twist, but if you know it going in, it makes it less cool.
It's like they don't trust the people watching it to like get the twist if it's not like spelled out for them.
Yeah.
And they're also just like, well, I mean, we have to make money, so like, here's the twist. Please show up.
I wonder if it was that, or if they're just like, yeah, but do we really want just like black guy for all the promotional material? What if people don't want to see black guy?
What if China makes it edit him out again?
I just want to see him.
Honestly, I'm pretty surprised they got Harrison Ford on board for that movie.
Yeah, like,
that does not seem like a property he would at all be interested in.
He's so old.
Well, also, I mean, he said multiple times he really doesn't care as long as he's getting paid. Because same thing with like Star Wars. Like he does not care about Star Wars in the slightest.
Yeah.
He's just there for the money.
I also love it because every time he does an interview, like anytime anyone asks anything,
he'll be like, "What do you think about this ultra specific thing?" And he's like, "I don't care, dude." Like,
yeah, anytime he gets asked about Star Wars, he just like very obviously and clearly is just unhappy and does not want to talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's respectable. Like,
yeah, like he's like, I did 3 movies, and then everyone won't shut up about them. I don't care. I did other stuff too.
At the time when he took the job, he was probably like, "Let me do these really weird, quirky, indie movies that nobody will ever watch. This will be like a good thing to just get a quick paycheck." Now he's a household name, and nobody shuts up about it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel too bad because, like, he did get paid, like, a large amount of money for it.
Oh, yeah.
But...
I mean, and he died, so, like, he's good now. Unless they retcon it all and bring him back.
Yeah.
Which, at this point, they should.
They make clone Han Solo.
Boom.
But he's still incredibly old.
The next Star Wars movie that they've, like, petitioned to work on, it's another Rey movie.
Really?
Why?
Who likes that character?
Yeah.
Out of all the things you could do, they're doing a Rey movie and a Mandalorian Grogu movie.
Yeah, because the Mandalorian movie kind of makes sense.
I mean, that printed money.
Yeah.
Baby Yoda existing was like an insane amount of cash for them.
Yeah. And then, like, Andor was pretty good. Like, so clearly they can make good Star Wars stuff, but...
I want to put
the person who made Andor is also the person who helped with Rogue One, which is why those are both good and like similar in tone. Mm-hmm. Part of the reason why Andor is good is because there was someone else helping direct who worked on like the Acolyte and like not Han Solo, like Obi-Wan stuff, the really really bad ones, and then she got fed up with how the person who made Rogue One stuff was directing and was like, oh, I don't want to work on this project anymore. And so Disney kind of shelved it off to the side and we're like, okay, we'll put you in this little corner. You work on your little like Andor project. The big kids are going to talk now. And then Like they pretty much just got left alone by Disney and everyone else to like make Andor and stuff, and that's why it's good.
Nice.
Because Disney just stuck him in a corner and was like, "Yeah, you work on your little project, buddy. We'll talk about the real things."
Film, and then we'll be over here. Okay, cool. Because the other ones were not good.
The other ones were awful.
Acolyte sucked pretty bad.
Oh yeah, I love the main character's range of emotional face muscles. And it's so funny when she's angry, mad, sad, or happy. Her face looks exactly the same.
Yeah, the joys of modern streaming.
Or Obi-Wan, but have you seen the clip of that, like the chase sequence where it's like baby Leia running through the forest or something?
Oh my god, yeah.
So bad.
Yeah.
Like they get so close and then all of a sudden they're just super far away when it cuts.
It's awful. And it's like this grown like bounty hunter dude chasing like a little kid. And it's just like...
To be fair, that's probably how it would play out in real life.
Yeah, but like whose idea was this? It's so dumb.
All right, we should probably talk about the book.
Yeah,
we're
anyway.
16 minutes in and we haven't even mentioned anything about this.
16 minutes is a long time, you know?
Yeah, 16
That's
minutes
more
is
than
a
enough.
long time. Some might say like too long even.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Honestly, might as well just call it a night, really.
Yeah, we talked about Star Wars, we talked about Marvel. Yeah, so this is Baja Talks Books. We're back. We're starting with chapter 26 because I'm pretty sure that's where we left off last time. I'm 90% sure.
If it wasn't though.
Yeah, we just redo the same chapters. Honestly, not a lot happens in this chapter. It's basically just Serene, my least favorite character. I honestly like her less than Raiden.
Every time I think about Serene, like after reading the book, when I was reading it, I didn't mind her. But the more I think about her, like whenever we talk about her on the podcast, I hate her more and more as time goes on.
Like, because it's not necessarily her fault, but the way she's written makes me annoyed. Because, like, she's a very special girl, and in the context of the book, she is. But like, only because it's written like that. Like, because the way she talks is similar to how the girls who are like, I'm not like other girls, I'm special.
Yeah.
Except, like, in this case, it is actually the case because all the other women in this book are dumb.
Do you think if Serene was alive today, do you think she would drink matcha with her Labubu?
Yeah, and her tote bag and her vintage thrifted tea.
Yeah.
Because she's very special and not like other girls.
Or do you think that would make her think, or do you think she would avoid all that because that's too popular?
No,
And so she would burn her Labubu.
No, she's not the kind of person to avoid it. Like, because in the book, she doesn't do all the stuff because she's special. She just happens to be the only intelligent person.
She might be special.
Yeah.
It's just weird because it's like Raiden kind of has the same like, oh, I'm like so special thing going on, but he doesn't have like the I'm not like other guys. I'm so different. Like everyone else thinks that about him, but he doesn't have that internal monologue, which makes him far less annoying than Serene constantly being like, "These stupid woman.
Yeah.
Why is that one so fat?
I mean, partially.
Why'd you bring that up so many times?"
I mean, partially in her defense, all the other women in this book are really stupid.
Okay,
Like,
well,
no idea what's
still.
going on.
Yeah, they are incredibly dumb and daft.
Like anytime Serene says anything, they're like, "What? What a novel idea!" And she's like, "Are you guys stupid or something?" Like
Yeah.
Her book.
I don't know. She's just way more annoying than Raiden.
Also, Raoden is also a special guy because he did, in fact, talk to God. Like,
Okay, that's a good point.
yeah. So he does have a reason for
What
being
god did he talk to?
Oh, not Raiden. That's Wraithen.
Wraith. Who's
Also,
I'm
Wraithen
getting
didn't.
a little bit mixed
Wraithen
up.
didn't talk to God. He worked for the guy that talks to God.
Yeah, he works for the guy that talks to God. The
Yorn.
well, he is the Gorn.
The
Not the Gragdet.
the big pope.
Viking Pope. What
The
what's
Vern.
his name is?
I know, his name's like Vern.
Oh, Wern. That's what it is. Yeah, Wern.
Yeah, but so in chapter 2026 or
In chapter 2026.
Vern
this book
Wolfden.
is
this is a long book, bro. 2026.
So in 26.
He said in chapter 2026.
Chapter 2026.
That's crazy.
In chapter 26, so Serene goes to Elantris, and then she sees that Spirit is, in fact, in charge of Elantris and ruling.
Wait. It says, then the people I'm meeting with are imposters. Serini plays Among Us, and then she taps her cheek. Oh, I'm trying to tap her cheek. Whoa.
Which cheek is she tapping, huh?
Hold up. Yeah, so she's basically just like complaining about the political superfuge or whatever. And then complaining to herself about like, why is he kind of fine though? And she's just like, but I can't let myself get distracted by him because he's definitely playing me, but like he kind of bad though.
Like he makes me bad, horny.
And then they go and watch all the women spar, and I don't think she makes any comments about how fat they are this time.
Yeah, which is nice of her.
Yeah.
Character growth on her part.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she starts doing that again, like the next chapter she's in, though. Oh, yeah, and then the Baron Edon, that's the guy who his lands had like the big old chasm through the middle from the earthquake.
Yeah.
I guess he ran away, so he was just like, all right, I'm cutting my losses and leaving, so he's in Duladel somewhere. And they're like, okay, well, we don't need him anyway. Nobody likes him. They have another weird conversation about, like, the woman and how, they're doing so much better than the other woman I know at this stuff. Serena's just always weird comments about women. I don't really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she has, like, a whole internal monologue about how, like, this is just like Tio. Like, I could see respect in their eyes, but they would never accept her. Like,
honestly, I feel like Serena, she would be one of those girls that only hangs around dudes and be like, girls are too much drama.
Yeah, too much drama. Yeah, because she kind of has that like vibe. I mean, that is kind of what she's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just a weird thing. Like, she's like,
And all she does only hang around dudes, basically.
yeah. And even the dudes are like, wow, Serena, you're so smart. I never would have thought of that myself.
I never
It's crazy. I'm only like a high-ranking political official in this place for my entire life, and you just came here like overnight. I never thought of that though. Yeah, and she has like a whole weird internal monologue about like, they'll never accept me, but they'll respect me, and the men were the same.
The
they
men
respect
will never
me.
love me because I am too tall.
Yeah.
A thing that men don't like tall women. I've never met a single guy who's like, ooh, tall woman.
Yeah, like this is a crazy line. Eondel was far older than she was, but Serena could sense his feelings toward her. Respect, admiration, and willingness to serve. It was as if he didn't even realize she was a woman. It's like, what kind
Like
of...
every single
Wait,
guy.
Aemdel, that's the...
That's the general guy, yeah.
Okay, who is the guy that was working under, not Wraithen, the other...
The crazy guy?
Not the crazy guy.
Not
He's the one
Dilaf?
that's the other guy that's trying to usurp the throne.
Tellery?
Oh, Tellery.
Duke Tellery, yeah.
Yeah, Duke Tellery. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's just like a weird, interesting like thing that she has going on where she's like, they don't even see me as a woman. Like, they respect me too much. Because obviously you can't respect a woman. Like...
Which is kind of weird. And it's also like, they're not overwhelmed by their attractiveness to me. And it's like, dog, do you
Yeah,
want
she mentions
Like,
that multiple
is
times.
That preferable? Like, don't you want them to respect you? Like, dog, you're kind of semi-leading, like, very important parts of your country.
Oh yeah,
Like-
then one of the next lines is she craved something, a sign that at least some of the men found her attractive, though she would never have responded to any such advances.
Bro, she is for the streets. She would definitely get passed around.
And then it's like she had grown up without affection outside of her family, and it appeared she would continue that way. Like, I kind of get it. It's like if you never have anybody attracted to you at any point, then it would get really lonely. But also, like, the reason given for why people don't find her attractive, just being like, she's so tall and, like, smart. It's just...
She's just so smart and tall, two things that men hate.
It just doesn't land.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah, because, like, all the guys that we see in this, like, or not all the guys, but all the guys who she's friends with are all cool dudes who, like, would not have issues with either of those things. They just don't see her like that. Like...
Yeah. It's a weird, like, I guess you could just chalk it up to, like, self-hatred and it doesn't really need to be logical for it to be there,
true.
but It's still odd because everything about her is like so logical.
Wait, wasn't all that like her being bullied for her height? Wasn't that all from her home?
Yeah.
Like her home country?
Yeah, but then
Yeah, that's why
they might have maybe they acknowledged it, but like isn't that normal for girls to be super tall there?
no, I think she was like tall and spindly even there or something.
girls are tall there, but she was tall even for over there.
Yeah.
I think is what it was.
You'd think that they would, a place with taller and spindlier girls in general, the tallest and spindliest one would probably be seen as like a goddess.
Yeah.
What is
Or as like
she would fit in really well in Roshar.
It's just like giraffes, where it's like they just keep getting taller and taller. Like
it's like that one anime, Welcome to the Ballroom, where they have super long necks, and the longer their neck is, the better they dance.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm dead ass. Like, it's not like some power scale thing. It's just something that just coincidentally happens. Is like this one about ballroom dancing, and everyone has these insanely long necks, and then all the people that are the best at dancing have even longer necks. Let me see if I can find some pictures.
What? What were they smoking when they cooked that up? Bro? Like that
Let me
is.
see if I can.
I love really weird Japanese media.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
They have these insanely long necks.
What? That's not even.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
That is so weird. It's
Jesus
it's like not.
Oops, I might have peeked that, but yeah.
Why does it look like Skibbity Toilet?
Dude, for real.
Yeah, okay, because I thought it was gonna be like a cartoony long neck, like a
Yeah.
giraffe.
See, that's the weird thing. It's
But
not
no,
like
it's like people, but just people with longer necks.
it's
like
not long enough that that you can be like, oh, it's like a gimmicky, like kind of weird thing. But it's not
long
normal
enough to be like
enough.
super uncanny and
Yeah.
long.
They should. It's weird.
Interesting.
That is nightmare fuel right there.
It's sure a choice that they made.
That's like something you'd see in like analog horror, or like some Five Nights at Freddy's like mascot horror thing.
Dude, Skibbity Toilet analog
Skibbity
horror.
Toilet. It literally looks like Skibbity Toilet. Oh my god, the Skibbity Toilet movie with Michael Bay is gonna be so peak.
Yeah.
Dude, we need to go watch that when it comes out.
Exactly. Yeah, and so speaking of Skibbity Toilet, Serena's so skibbity right now, and she's talking to Keen about not a whole lot. Apparently, their little plan with Iodon selling his stuff to Tiod is working, and then Serena's trying to get the truth out of him about like what went down with his brother, and he's like, "Oh, we had a disagreement." And then she's like, "What kind of disagreement?" And he's like, "Haha, I'm not going to tell you anyways." And then she's like, "Okay, well, he's not going to tell me. How about this? Are there secret passages in Iodon's palace?" And he replies with, "I'd be as surprised as the three virgins if there aren't." Who are the three virgins?
Yeah.
What? Where did that come
Because they
from?
brought it up, but I'm glad they didn't bother explaining it because I don't want to hear more about like I already get enough world building in this book as is. Like I don't need more. Like,
It's just really funny that like nobody uses phrases like that throughout the entirety of the book, and then all of a sudden you get that like I'd be as surprised as the three virgins. Like that nobody else uses that kind of phrasing, so it just shows up out of nowhere, and you're like,
So
what?
it almost sounds like a Family Guy cutaway Jack. Oh my god. Oh, this almost reminds me of the time that I saw the three virgins.
yeah, it really does feel like a Family Guy cutaway gag.
do we guess that they're like? Because I'm assuming the assumption is like it's like Virgin Mary, where it's like three virgin women. I do think it'd be really
Probably.
funny though if it was just like three virgin dudes, like just three loser dudes, and that was it.
I mean, in a lot of like, if it was in like Rome or something, it would be.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, because they were all about like
When in
nation.
Rome, do whatever the hell they do in Rome.
The Romans were all super gay.
Yeah, I know they were super gay.
So it's like, if it was like a story about the three virgins or something, it would have been like virgin boys and stuff.
Oh, right, because they like
Yeah.
instead of us idolizing women, some boys.
It would have been the opposite way, yeah.
I see.
Young femboys, maybe. for pants.
Honestly, a lot of those stories and stuff that come out of places like that, and like a lot of the women and like girls in those are just dudes with longer hair and stuff.
I do really like
And
this
because
one.
yeah,
Where this guy was like doing really well politically, even though he was kind of like shitty, because he was just a very cute femboy. And because of that, people just kept agreeing with him.
okay.
And it just makes me really happy. It's like, dang,
Bro,
they
you
were
think
really good.
Rome still has a bunch of femboys?
Twink politics is crazy.
I love twink politics. But yeah, that's the only reason why he kept getting a bunch of votes, because he was just a very cute femboy. And that was it.
You do what you got to, I guess.
It's kind of where the current online
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say
space is heading towards.
I thought you were going to imply that's like current politics. Like Trump was just very
It's
cute.
going to,
femboy,
I swear
and
to God,
that's
at
why
some
people liked
point.
it.
At some point, it will just. We live in a dystopia.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, Trump would 100% have like a femboy tween
Yeah.
as like a sex slave.
I can
Oh,
see that.
100%. I wouldn't be
1000%.
surprised if he already does.
Yeah.
Me and my wife have sex with their little twink boy every night.
Sometimes I like to get on the bottom and feel the little femboy penis inside me.
But it's not gay because my wife is there and she watches.
And she holds my hand as I take it deep.
I saw that funny reel. They said, our trap's gay. I had to find out for myself. I had to find out for myself.
No, they're not gay. Not at all.
Because that would make me gay, and I'm definitely not.
Serena's just kind of thinking about how she's being a little poopy pants. Spirit hashtag Raiden is like asking for stuff, and she is complying, but she's like sending him ugly cloth and like nails and stuff instead of actual. Which we talked about this before. I really don't get why she's doing that.
Yeah. She just feels like being difficult.
Like, I want to help these people,
Yeah.
but like, I'm not really gonna help you guys. Like giving them old grain and stuff, like rotting molded grain. It's like,
I think it's just because she feels like he's like
Yeah.
a bad ruler, and she's trying to like.
but even
And that
then,
doesn't make any sense. She's putting all of these people under
Yeah.
the bus because she doesn't like this one guy.
which is crazy because later on in the book, she has like that whole thing about like, oh, I can't believe he really is a tyrant. He's putting all these people down and like terrorizing them and stuff. You're helping, lady. You are part of the problem. What's he supposed to do with a bunch of moldy food and rusted nails? Like, come on.
Hey, could I get some food? Why? You're just gonna eat it. It's like, okay, but if I was gonna give any to people, I wouldn't be able to now, would I?
Yeah, and then she's like jumps right from being like, I gotta figure out how to mess with this guy, immediately to like, she wished she could laugh at his clever remarks, agree with his observations, and share his concerns.
I hate this guy. Starts like
Immediately
salivating at the cooch.
immediately gets pregnant. Just she's got to be ovulating. There's no way.
No, just because she's never felt the touch of a man. That's why.
I guess
Like, so she's just very virgin.
I mean,
and
that
very
is
horny,
lore accurate.
that is true.
You know.
She's like, and she felt herself respond. Or wait, no, it's like, in all things, he remained friendly, indifferent to her sarcasm, and she felt herself responding. There, in the center of the cursed city, was finally a person who seemed willing to accept her. It's like, the more confrontational she tried to be, the less threatened he was. He actually seemed to appreciate her defiance.
Wow, he doesn't take me seriously, and he does think that I'm a woman.
That's so funny.
Wow, he hates me. It must be because he thinks that I'm a woman, and that makes me horny.
Yeah. And then, like, I think Dior is the queen, I believe.
Oh, yeah,
Dior
yeah.
immediately clocks her and is like, "Oh, you want to talk about it? I've seen that look before."
She's like, I've seen that look. You're mad horny.
She's like, "Are you thinking about him again?" She's like, "Oh,
No.
how did she know?" And she's like, "Lady." And then, oh yeah, actually that makes sense.
Yeah, but she thinks that the one who she likes.
Oh yeah, no.
Shoot him instead.
Then she's like, "Oh, this one is meant for another," and Serena's like, "Huh? What are you talking about?"
She's like, I'm not a home wrecker. What are you talking about?
Yeah. It wouldn't be home wrecking because Shooting's like not married or anything. He's just like interested in someone else. I don't think he gets married till later.
Sorry, I was saying that he was engaged.
Yeah, I mean, the book makes a point multiple times to say that he's single and that all the girls want him.
Yeah.
he's single and kind of available, technically.
Yeah. And yeah, Dior just keeps being like, I've seen that look in your eyes and I've seen the frustration. And Serena's like, okay, anyways, like next thing. And then Serena's like, all right, anyway, throwing shooting out of my mind. Okay, wait, this is another part that actually annoys me. She complains about how like, oh, none of the guys like me. None of them find me attractive. Then she has this whole thing about like, Serena liked shooting, of course, but not romantically. He was too quiet. And like Eondale, a bit too rigid for her taste. Like, she's like, I wish they would all find me attractive. I don't find any of them attractive.
I mean,
In
I would
fact,
turn them down, but like,
I just wish I would have some attention, you know?
it'd be nice for them to offer.
Yeah, it's a little odd. And then she's like, okay, anyway, back to Spirit, the one who makes me absolutely just pregnant on command, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, I mean, how am I going to mess with him this time? And then the chapter ends. And then we get chapter 27, which is an extremely short chapter. It's Horathan, my goat, my OG. Another day, another victory for the OGs. Horathan, my goat.
Oh, Victoria Royale.
And he is extremely mad because he's got his paper telling him that Iodon had recovered from all his lost ships and stuff, and his plot with Telri didn't work, so now Telri can't be king, and he is shook because he also tried going to like his local Artests and stuff to find some who would like roll with him, and they are all under Dilaf's rule because Dilaf is 2 steps ahead every single time.
Yep.
And yeah, there's some interesting stuff here about like Dilaf just seizing power and just like basically by doing all the like day-to-day stuff that Horathan can't be bothered with, he's kind of filling in all the gaps and
Filling in.
and the crowd goes home.
Yes, the crowd goes mild.
And Horathan's just kind of he's in a bit of a pickle now, and he knows it. And on top of all like his failings politically and his failings with his different plans
And his failings with his marriage and with his kids
with his kids
and with his sex life.
his wife took the kids, and he hasn't gotten any. And on top of everything, his plan with the Elantrins is failing too, and his like wavering faith. Oh, thank you, Mom. What? Oh, we saw a roach in the kitchen. Nice.
Nice.
Gotta love that. Oh boy.
Yeah, that was from me. I put it there.
Oh, nice. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and on top of that, like his faith is not there, and he doesn't really understand or know what to do about it. And there's some real interesting like stuff about like I think it feels like it's written like it's an anxiety attack almost. Like he's thinking about it, and the walls and ceiling like shrink closer and closer to crush him, and the room's like falling in on him, and he's like feeling like nothing worked and nothing can help him, and he just immediately starts like praying, and it's a very weird like not quite anxiety attack, but like that kind of claustrophobic feeling does feel like it's kind of pointing toward that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it says that like he starts praying for like the first time in years, and I like this like section here. For the first time in years, he found himself pleading for aid. Horathan reached out to that god that he had served so long he'd almost forgotten him, the god he had shuffled away in a flurry of logic and understanding, a god he had rendered impotent in his life, though he sought to further his influence. Which, one of the things I really like about Horathan's stuff is just the idea of like serving for like doing all this for a god that you might not actually like believe in or like care about all that much. Like you don't have that belief, but also at the same time you can't like you have talked to God's holy messenger or stuff. So it's like
Yeah.
you can't really be like, oh, he's not real, like he's not there or anything, because you have a message like pretty much directly from him. And yeah, they get a like he's sitting there, and eventually he gets up because some dude knocks on the door and gives him a crate, and it's his silly little
Silly little orb.
I forget who the guy he talked to was, but the crackhead has given him his poison.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the guy at the arts.
Yeah, I
goes
forget
and
what the
he's
dude's name is, but he's like straight up crackhead.
Yeah, he's like, hey, could you make me some poison? He's like, anything for God.
Yeah, yeah. And so he's like, all the effects are exactly as you specified. The liquid must be injected, and the victim won't display any symptoms until about 8 hours afterward. He has 4 vials, and Fortin, that's what the name is, the apothecary guy.
Fortnite.
And Wraithen, Fortnite. Loyal subject of Worm, Fortnite. In all things, praise Lord Jadith.
Fortnite's best.
Let's get this
Thank you very
dub.
much.
Get this dub for Lord Jadith. Yeah, and then Wraithen picks up the vial, and he's like, oh, I almost forgot about this. And I guess he had like some plan about like giving the poison to Dilaf or something, and he's like, that's not going to work now. And so he just pops off the stopper and drinks it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Which is crazy. I
Yeah.
was very surprised that he did that. Where it's just like, dog, what? Why'd you do that?
Yeah, the ending to part 1. That's a good ending
Yeah.
to like that section. Just
Yeah, if only interesting stuff like that was happening, in all the chapters leading up to this,
I like that as like a turning point too, because that isn't something that you really see coming, but also
why would he do that?
it does make sense.
Yeah.
Like, and then we get to part 2, the Call of Elantris, and this is where stuff starts happening. And so let's see, we go back to Raiden, everyone's favorite character, or well, not favorite, but also not least favorite. And they find a big old library. Kurata found it or something. Yeah, there's some stuff in here about like Raiden feeling like longings now that he knows like the pool is there and will like relieve his suffering and take him away, that he's like, maybe I should go use
myself.
that. Yeah.
Maybe I should kill myself now.
It really isn't written like at no point is he like, I kind of want to like kill myself or like end it all. Like it's not written as like suicide, but it would just be suicide.
Yeah, it would just kill him.
Because and he keeps like thinking about it, but he's reading how to make like really complex aeons with books from the library, and he starts like breaking it down kind of. It's like 2 aeon equations could start the same, but like then they change off, which it kind of feels like he's describing it as like math. Right? I know I've said it before, but it really feels like programming kind of.
Yeah. It kind of feels like that one movie where they have the circle writing. I forget what it's called. The one that you showed us. The one where it's like the aliens come down, they have like their special writing, but it's like
Arrival?
Yeah, that's kind of what it feels
Arrival.
like.
Yeah, you're right.
Like that's how they describe the aeons, where it's like all these things all at once, but like
yeah. No, that's actually a really good If they make a movie of Elantris, I would like to see like the aeons be kind of like that.
Yeah,
I think that'd be really cool.
Incredibly complex and very specific.
Because realistically, if you think about it, if you have like this base aeon that does something like say like heal, and then you can make all these multipliers that are like, heal like this specific like joint for this specific amount of time for like this specific ailment, like it would get complicated real fast. Yeah. So that would be really interesting actually.
Mm-hmm. So it's less lines and it's more of just like a shape that kind of comes out of the specifics.
Yeah. Which I guess that is kind of how programming also...
Or is the movie Arrival? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Arrival. Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, very good. Movie.
And then, he's kind of talking about how, like, essentially the door is just kind of like... It's in a place that's full of pressure and it's smushed in there. And it just looks for any viable exit. And so the only, like, gates it can go out through are the proper shape and size, like, aeons. That's why sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And so anytime you write an aeon, the door is like forcing its way through like the thing you're writing and doing that like modifier, which really feels like coding and like electricity going through like stuff like that.
Yeah. How you need to be very specific with what you want.
Yeah. And then oh yeah, and then there's an interesting thing where he's like, because the Aeons still don't work for them, they don't actually do anything. And after reading all these like fancy books and stuff, he's kind of figured out that for some reason the door, instead of like being a square, it's now a triangle. So no matter how many like square shaped technically Aeons you draw, the energy can't get through because it's not like keyed correctly. So something happened. He just doesn't know what. And then there's a weird thing from Galadon about his Sion being creepy because the Sion's like gone insane but follows him around, which I feel like is kind of like walking into someone's house with their like autistic kid or something, being like, yo, your kid's kind of creepy. Like, does he have to just like sit there? Like, that's kind of like, really? Do you have to say that?
He's staring at me.
And then he locks the Sion away. He's like, all right, yeah, you're creeping me out, which is crazy. And then it skips forward a little bit, and they're standing up against Sheor's men, but they don't know if they're going to be able to do it. So this time, as Serene's bringing them food, this might be the time that all the crazy guys from Sheor break through and gun everybody down. It's a Elantrian drive-by.
Yeah.
Let's see. And he walks away to the courtyard, and he's like, either way, I'm a failure. Because either the crazy people kill a bunch of his Elantrians and stuff, and those people die, or they break through and kill a bunch more people. And either way, you just kill people. And then it switches to Serene, and she's rolling in. She's like, oh my gosh, my prince, my king. She doesn't know how true that is. And then she can tell he's like nervous about something. And I like how he doesn't, I feel like he could just tell her like, yo, there's some guys out there who are like brain dead crazy because of the Elantris stuff. Like, I feel like you could just say that and be like, they're going to come and try and like kill us for the food.
Yeah, there's literally no reason for him to keep that from her. Like
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking when I was reading it. Was like, it's obviously going to look bad if they come and try and attack her. Because obviously, like, she's going to think that you're hoarding food from people. And it's like,
Yeah.
dog.
It's like literally just be like, yo, there's like the crazy fringe group that tries, and we like ward them off so that people can actually get their food and stuff. But instead he's just like, something might happen today. And then she's like, oh, what do you mean? He's like, do you remember how I told you that not all Elantrians were as docile as the ones here? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, well, just be ready. Keep your guards close. Which, come on, dude. You could have just said anything right there. And then the yelling starts. And all the Sheor's men pop up, and they start fighting. And Eondel is there, and all the Elantris city guards are there. And they're fighting. And Eondel is a goat. Eondel's weapon, powered by healthy muscles, easily cut through the Elantrian flesh. And then all the nobles start screaming and stuff, which is so funny. I love seeing rich people scream. And then, they have like a whole conversation where the madman gets like killed or whatever. And he's like, food. We only wanted food. And Serene's like, oh, you held food back for them. And Raoden doesn't say like, yo, these were like the crazy guys or anything. He's like, I did. And she's like, you tyrant, you heartless despot. And he's like, yes, I am.
I am evil.
He has like an aura farming moment.
That's literally what it feels like. He's like, he has no reason to act like this.
It's like,
and it doesn't lead to anything later on in the story. Like, it has no purpose in the story.
It really
He's
doesn't.
just withholding information.
And then there's like a comical moment where she takes a step backward because she's like shocked, and she trips over
that. I can literally picture that. She has her hand like to her chest,
and then she's like, "Whoa!" And it's one of the double stuffed bags of food that he prepares for like the crazy people. Once again, he doesn't tell her like, "Oh, we're stuffing these extra because these are for the ones who are like are crazy and can't move and come get their own food." Like, we're trying to help basically the beggars of Elantris. But she sees that and just thinks he's stealing stuff. And she's like, oh, I almost started trusting you. And then he runs away.
You hated him.
And it's like,
you were like intentionally being annoying the entire time. What did you trust him?
And yeah, it's a real, like, Raoden was kind of goofing there. She was kind of goofing. Like, they're both kind of goofing the situation together. And they all run out, and the doors slam shut, and Raoden, like, moans and bows his head in despair and, like, cradles the body of Saolin, his, like, sword fighter friend guy. And then he's like, no. And it's a real, like, the camera zooms out and there's a bunch of reverb on the no and it, like, echoes out. And then suddenly the gates of Elantris open again. And he's like, then we get to chapter 29. And Serena's just crying. She's just like, ooh, I'm not injured, but I'm injured.
My heart hurts.
Yeah. And it's just like, really that neither of you could, like, communicate. This could all be avoided if just one of you, like, actually tried talking to the other person.
Which is, like, one of my least favorite tropes in romantic stuff, where it's like things don't work out because they're both stupid and can't just have a regular conversation like normal people.
Which, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, that is how it is in real life. So it is not very fun to watch or read, but that is really how it is most of the time.
Dog, man, you just need to talk to people better. It sounds like a personal issue, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, probably.
Like, he used to be there, just like, yeah.
Yeah, and then she's doing her, like, head bowed, like, sad, slow, like, basically the scene from that Spider-Man video game where he's walking across the rooftop as, like, there's villains fighting and, like, the helicopters crashing and stuff. She's basically doing that. And she sees Audon's personal guard heading for Elantris. And they were prepared to kill, to slaughter. And she's like, oh, I can't do that. And she runs in and she starts screaming at Audon. She's like, bro, you can't, like, kill everyone in there. Like, I know you've been looking for an excuse to destroy all the Elantrians, but, like, come on. You don't need to kill them all. And he's like, you of all people should appreciate the quickness of my response. It was your honor that was slighted by that attack. And he's, like, really just rolling in with the, you're kind of stupid. Go back to your room, Sereni. This will all be over in a matter of hours. And then she just starts yelling at him. Oh yeah, she's not even that tall. It says she held the king's eyes, drawing upon her nearly 6 foot height. She's not even. You're telling me there were no guys on Tiod who were over 6 feet. Like,
dang.
Also, nearly 6 foot is not that high. Like, I know a lot of girls who are nearly 6 feet.
Yeah.
Like, that is not actually that tall.
Yeah, I know some women who are 6 feet.
Yeah, I was expecting more like 6'5" or something.
Yeah.
The way they're talking about it.
I would have expected like 7 foot, like comically tall.
Yeah, something crazy. But no,
Crazy.
just I was crazy ones. Yeah, and then she basically just starts threatening Audon by telling them, like, if you don't leave the Elantris people alone, or Elantris zombies, I'll tell everybody everything I know about you. Tell them about your lost ships. And they're going to laugh at you. And they're going to make fun of you.
Clueless, how you're broke.
Yeah, she basically just money spreads on him, and then she goes band for band with him, and she's like, "You were a fool. I know it. Your nobles know it, and the world knows it. You've taken a great nation and squashed it in your greedy hands." This is topical. You've enslaved the people, and you've defiled Arlon's honor, and despite it all, your country grows poorer. And even you, the king, are so destitute that only a gift from Tiod lets you keep your crown. This is so topical. And then, yeah, she basically is just, like, whispering in his ear and being like, how will it look when the entire court knows you got a foolish girl to help you? And everyone's like, no, not a woman to help me. No, I can't do it. I can't let everybody know a woman helped me. No.
My misogyny, no.
Anything but that. And then he repeals it, and she runs and stops them from cutting them all down. And Elantris is safe for the moment. And she goes back to check on Audon for some reason. I don't really know why. Oh, to close the doors, I guess, which I don't know why you do that. And the king's just in there, like, crying. He's like, no, everyone thinks I'm stupid. Which he kind of is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean he wants other people to think that.
Yeah, that's true. Still, it's just kind of funny.
Yeah.
And for some reason, she goes back to like Elantris and looks in to see like her food cart and stuff. And she's like looking around at all the bodies and like being like, "Oh, merciful Domi, this is awful." But she's still like for some reason scanning for spirit. She's like, I know I hate him now, but like he's so fine. That
she's like,
rotten
that thing
flesh
was going on.
and those
Yeah, because keep in mind this whole time that she's like
he's like a zombie. He's like undead.
He's like this disgusting like leprosy victim.
Yeah.
Like he does not look attractive. She's just like
Yeah, and then I like how she flip-flops once again when she sees him like holding the body of his swordsman dude. And it's like the message was clear. Even a tyrant could love those who followed him. It's like, okay, calm down. She's like, she tried to remain angry at him. However, looking down, sensing his agony, she couldn't lie.
she was simply too horny.
Yeah. She was saddened that she would never be able to see him again. Tyrant or not, he seemed like a good man. What?
Yeah, tyrant and good man.
So you're able to put aside all the evil bullshit just because you're horny?
Yeah, it's like...
Damn, that dick too good, bro.
They haven't even like
He's like a zombie dude.
slept together or anything. Like
It's just like you meet Trump and you shake his hands as he signs like something to send people over the border, and then you're like, you know, tyrant or not, like he's a pretty cool dude. Like
Cool. You just ignore everything else.
he was like hanging out with 6ix9ine and stuff. Like I think he's pretty chill.
aside from all the bad stuff, he's pretty cool actually.
It's just a weird way of looking at it.
Yeah, it's
Like-
kind of a weird statement.
Yeah, and then she's like, perhaps only a tyrant could lead in a place like Elantris. Perhaps he was the best the people had.
Maybe.
Or it's
Which-
almost like he was not a tyrant. He was just doing his job.
Yeah.
Or maybe you don't have to really get to say anything because you were born upper class. You don't rule a country. You know nothing about ruling a country.
Yeah, it's a little odd.
Yeah.
And she's like, regardless, she would probably never see him again. She would never again look into those eyes that, despite the emancipated form of his body, seemed so vibrant and alive. There was a
What?
complexity in them that she would never be able to unravel. It was over.
Damn,
like-
she's horny.
It really is just like she's flip-flop. She's like,
It almost reads like a Wattpad fanfiction.
it really kind of does.
He was a serial killer who killed 75,000 people. But like, damn, those eyes.
Oh, his zombified rotting
That's
eyes.
the only thing that's like still working on him because he's got like patches of flesh missing, no hair, but his eyes though.
And it's like, as a reader, you know, like, oh, Raiden's not actually a tyrant. Like, he's helping people and he's a good guy. But she doesn't know that. So, like, her just shoving everything she thinks about him aside to just be like, well, he was funny. And, like, he had that energy.
It's like
Fair. Trump's a pretty funny guy.
That
bro.
is true. Yeah, and then she runs back to her uncle and they're talking about, he, like, gives her a hug and leads her into the family room. And Aiden's haunted, slightly unfocused eyes found her face 672 steps from here to Elantris.
This guy, what the fuck?
And there's like nobody says anything for a second. And then they all start talking, and they're complaining about like, oh, Elantris and blah blah blah. And somehow everybody heard about the king, and her yelling at him. Yeah, they're just yakking about the king and like, oh, well, is he gonna abdicate or something? Probably not. And then they get the news that, oh, you'll never guess who the Sheod took last night. Bum, bum, bum. And chapter 30, Hrathen he's in Elantria now.
Yeah.
I really like the beginning of this chapter. He gets the transformation. He like doesn't hide or anything. He walks straight into like the entire chapel. And Dilaf is like in the middle of the morning services. And everyone's just like, what the heck? Like, imagine just some dude walking into church like covered in leprosy sores who was like your bishop or something.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what the?
Yeah. Well, because also it's like they see it as like a negative thing. So
Yeah.
it'd also be like if your bishop walked in and he had like a giant hickey and like you knew that he was single. like he's got like a dead wife and then he just has like a huge hickey on his
Yeah.
neck.
Or if he was like openly gay and had like two man whores
He walks
right
in
next
like
to him.
hand in hand with his gay lover.
Yeah. And yeah, it's I really like that like intrigue.
Yeah.
And then they immediately like take him and they do all the stuff for the people though and like wash him and stuff. And Raythan's just kind of letting him do it. And apparently he has a symbol like carved on his chest, Aeon Omi. And I like to mention that the short, balding leader of Airlish Crothy blessed Raythan quietly. And the Airlish's man's eyes betray just a hint of satisfaction. I like how the Airlish priests are like, I told you. Hey, you guys from Father Wrong. Like, that's such a funny note. Like, they're like, hey, we got him. That's what you get.
Yo, that was my parlay. Yo, I just won $50.
Let's go. They probably went right after that and gave like a prayer, like, "Thank you, God. I knew you could do it." Like,
God,
yeah,
I hated that dude.
I knew what was coming. The believers get what they get, and the non-believers go into Elantris. Woo! Yeah, and then they bring him and throw him into Elantris, close the gates, and he just kind of stands there, and he's like, "All this place is gross and disgusting and awful.
This place sucks.
This place sucks." And he tosses his food aside, drops to his knees, and just immediately starts praying, "O Jedith, Lord of all creation, blah, 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 blah." And he repeats the prayer again and again and again and again. That ends the chapter.
Yeah.
Raythan is like the shortest chapters. Like, they're all like 2 pages, which sucks because Raythan's the best character. And then chapter 31. How long is this? Yeah, we can end after this chapter. Chapter 31 is Raoden. He drops Salen's body into the pool. He kind of sits there for a moment and then disappears. And the entire time, Raoden's like, "That could be me.
That should be
What
me.
if I went into the pool? What if I took a little dip? What if I had joined him in there?" Then he kind of realizes, like, dang, okay, well, now this ring's not coming back, so I guess we have to, like, go back to our, new Elantris thingy. I guess we have to start all over again.
Guess we gotta start farming again.
But Sereni's, like, excursions into Elantris kind of help them because now a ton of people, like, come find him, even more than they had before, because now they're all, like, freshly, like, oh, they want food and, like, people and stuff like that. And so he kind of gets, like, it's kind of like when a bunch of people started trying to get hired again after COVID. There's something topical there, but I'm not.
Yeah, COVID was a little bit ago.
Yeah, kind of outdated. Yeah, and then they're watching the Gjorn, and they're like, "What the heck? Why is the Gjorn just like sitting there doing a prayer? He's kind of weird." And they have an odd conversation about like how Fjord. It doesn't make any sense. Which you as a reader know it's because you took the potion thing, but they're like, Fjordals don't get taken by the Shale. That doesn't make like any sense. And percentages don't make sense because Jindos and stuff don't get taken. It's only like Arlon, Teod, and occasionally Duladel, which, yeah, I guess we didn't know that before, that it's like specific races get the Shaod.
It's also only people like in the
like in the
region.
vicinity.
Yeah.
Which is why it's only like occasionally Duladel people.
Yeah, because there's just a lot of them.
And then, or I think there was also a mention earlier by Galadon about how like his father and stuff lived in like Arlon, and it had something to do with like mixed heritage. Like he was part Arlish, and then some of the Duladels that live in Arlon are like mixed, and that's why they're able to get it or something. And they kind of just ignore the Gjorn and leave them alone. And as they are like turning around, a bunch of Shaors, I keep getting Sheor and Sheor. But the Sheor's men run up on the Gjorn, and he's a real like action movie moment where they're like walking away and they're like, all right, I guess we gotta leave this guy alone. And then the wild men come crawling out toward the Gjorn and his basket of food, and he's like sitting there praying, and they're like, oh, we gotta help him. And then they run over to watch, and then he has this real like John Wick moment where he like jumps up all of a sudden from his praying and like beats the absolute crap out of them.
Yeah.
He leaps to his feet, spinning with near inhuman speed. There's a crack as the Gjorn cracked his opponent's neck, then threw him against the wooden gate. One met a powerful spinning kick that tossed him across the courtyard like a pile of rags. The other three get punches, and then a kick, and then a whine. And then the Gjorn places another kick at the side of the dude's head, and he just like drops. And they're like, oh, dang, we should have realized like this dude's like a priest. He would have had like training and stuff. That's crazy. And yeah, all the dudes are like down or whatever. Well, let's see. Yeah, so he beats up all the guys, and then they're like, okay, we gotta do our plan. The Gjorn can take care of himself. Like, whatever, leave him alone. Which I feel like if you saw that display of power, you'd be like, maybe we should get this guy on our side. Like, maybe we should at least be like, yo, we got like food and stuff. You want to come help out? Aren't you like a religious dude? Don't you want to like help people? Like, I feel like that might be the move. Though also, I guess you'd have to be worried about like walking up to him and trying to talk to him. He just absolutely
Like,
destroys
say
you.
hi, they start beating the shit out of you.
Just absolutely get the crap beaten out of you just for walking up. It would be a toss up. You could probably just yell at him though. Be like, "Yo,
Yeah,
like
just,
we
like,
got."
from a distance, be like, "Hey."
Yeah, but they drop it and they run for Sheor's territory, and Raiden has this idea that like, okay, we can just run up on them, drop food, and then run away. So they pull up, chuck a bunch of corn, and then they leave, and all the people come to like New Elantris, all the wild dudes, and they have all the corn, which is like hard and gross, and they can't eat it because it's like seed corn or whatever. And so they come back to Raiden and they're like, cook, me want cook. Because they're all cavemen apparently. Mm-hmm. And Raiden's plan is like, give them the corn, make them come to him, and then teach them how to cook, and hopefully it makes them smart again. And he's like, I won't cook your food, but I will let you do it for yourself. He's trying to get on Gordon Ramsay.
He's straight up trying to do that. If you teach a man how to fish, then he will be fed forever.
Yeah, or give a man a fish and he'll be fed for a day.
But if I teach them how to cook the corn, then they will be fed forever.
Yeah, it's a real proverbial moment.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that's where we're ending our chapters. That was a pretty decent chunk that we cooked through.
Yeah.
Next one, 32, probably, how many was that, like 6 chapters, 5?
Yeah, we started on
25.
26.
I think 25, yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be 6 because you have to count 25.
All right.
25.
So yeah, next time we can do like 32 to like 38 probably. Crank through another pretty sizable chunk. Now we're in the section of the book where things start like happening. I was looking at like a listing of the chapters, and once you start doing like substantial chunks, like this whole section will go by really fast because section 2 of the book is like half the size of section 1 or whatever.
Yeah, like section 1's like the biggest section of the whole book.
And section 3 is section 3 is even shorter than section 2.
Yeah.
So next time we'll do that. Yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.